Alright legends, I have a jam-packed episode for you this time. We're working on SS's, HSVs, Toranas, my VL, Landrover. Got a few odd jobs coming in. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be a fully jam-packed episode. I've got, what was it, like 14 hours of raw footage, and I'm going to be cutting that down as much as I can for you guys, but yeah, sit back and enjoy. Working on my Landrover. I've got these struts behind me that I've just picked up because at the moment I've got the dodgiest, probably hard to see, but I've made a strut spacer, spaced the strut up to get myself high enough so that I could keep going on trips and stuff. But yeah, I've got another trip coming up, and I've actually bent this back left strut from the last trip, so I need to replace them, and because just having any extended is obviously not good. So yeah, I'm hoping that these will work, but I'm not going to know 100%. And the trap is technically to replace the struts in the back of this car. I've got to pull my whole rear drawer setup out, which I'm hoping to not do. So I'm going to pull just bits of the top out, I'll pull the fridge out, and then I've got my like kitchen stuff on the right hand side. I'll pull that out. Then I'm actually hoping to cut the plastic out above the strut so that we can get in there, because the trap is we don't know 100% that these springs are going to be the right ones, because they're slightly shorter than my factory springs, but they're a lot thicker, so they should carry the load better, but we're not sure where they're going to sit. And to know where they're going to sit, I've got to put all the weight back in. So to do the job properly, really I should be pulling everything out of the back, which is going to take me hours and hours and hours, put the springs in, put everything back in, and then if it's wrong I've got to pull everything back out again. So seeing as my fridge and everything goes in there, you're never really going to see what I cut out. I'm going to just try and hopefully cut out a section, whether I just cut out a square or something, and then I can always make tabs to drop it back in, or if it doesn't look too bad, I'll just leave it like that, and at least I've always got access to the strut with the rear drawer set up in the car. Yeah, I wouldn't do this on my Calais or something like that, but seeing as it's just a camping car, I think it actually makes sense to be able to access the struts, because what if something ever went wrong and you've got to try and do a roadside repair and you've got to take all your drawers out to get them out. So something I should have thought about when I did it. Had I done it, I could have done a really nice cut and got it perfect above the strut. But now we're going to have to just do some measuring and guessing and then cut it. It could be wiring run next to the strut, so I'm going to have to be really careful when I'm cutting out the plastics. Yeah, if I don't think I can do it, I'm just going to have to pull some of the drawer setup out. Bit of sneaky goss, anyone that comes and gets work done at my shop from now until Easter, which is plenty of time for you guys to save up. Come get a quote and then save up some money and get the work done. Because yeah, anyone that gets work done from now until Easter gets entries into a $5,000 giveaway. And one person, I'm going to draw one ticket to win the $5,000. So instead of usually like I do, splitting up the money between a bunch of people, this time it's just going to be one winner of $5,000 or $7,500 in-store credit. And then there will be runner-up prizes of $1,000 store credit and $500 store credit, but the major prize will just be one person. So if you need work done to your car, now is the perfect time to get me to do it, because yeah, this is the biggest giveaway I've done in a long time. I appreciate all the support, and yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Well, that was a bust. So I've just put the springs in, taken the spacer out, put it back down on the ground, and it sits literally exactly how the car was sitting before I did the spacer with the last spring. So yeah, unfortunately these springs aren't going to work. So I just rang Petters and had a chat with them. They think that I could use a spring out of a Raptor, front spring out of a Raptor with a lift, and then that should give me the height I need, because at least now we have something to run off, because before we just had the standard springs and not really any other information other than that, whereas now I've used these Petters springs. They can sort of gauge a little bit better what I need. So the spring I'm getting might end up being a little bit higher in the back than the front. I'd like to sit it level, but even if it sits up a little bit in the back, it's not a big deal. I just can't have it sitting down in the back because it just looks silly. So yeah, so currently it's 50 mil difference between the front and the back. I think he was saying the spring we're going to get 70 mil raised, so yeah, it'll be up another 20 mil in the back, which is fine. I'd rather it up a little bit than down. So yeah, I've actually got to pull these springs back out now and take them back to Petters, and then they'll order in the other springs and swap them over, and hopefully I should have them back. It's currently Monday. They reckon I should have them back by Friday, and then I can get them in for the weekend, because I'm actually going away in this car in a couple of weeks, so I need to get it done so that I can go away. Yeah, anyway, I'll rip these springs back out, I guess. So I went down to Petters and they said that they should be able to take those springs back, so hopefully that is the case, and then they're going to truck me down the Raptor spring and put that in the strut, and I'll bring that back and chuck that in. But unfortunately that has put this job on the back burner for at least a week. So yeah, I went to the body shop after Petters and grabbed this stuff so that I can start finishing up this VL. So we will start working on that. I'm going to chip away at a few things today, but I've only got an hour left before I need to go, because I'm giving Deacon a hand to pick up a car from the other side of Melbourne. So I've got like a 3-hour drive, I think 3.5-hour drive all up to get to this place and back tonight. So leaving here at about 5:30, go pick him up and then head up and go get this car and come back. So I'm not going to be able to get a lot done tonight, but I thought I'll start getting my head around what I'm going to do, and maybe I can start put some bog in some places or something, you know, because the tubs are pretty much done, I think, as far as welding. So it's mainly fill up some holes and then grind some stuff back. Like we've got these tiny little hole up here. I'll probably just fill that, or I'll look at it from the up to type, because I've got the paintable silicon. I'll probably just silicon the tubs so that they're sealed, and then go from there. If we can, I'm hoping I can basically finish the body of the car till probably about here. Because I need to work on these rails. Someone's jacked them up and dinted them, so I'm going to buy, again, it's another thing I got to buy, but I'm going to, just look how burnt I look. I'm going to buy one of those weld-on things so I can pull this all out and get it straight. But yeah, I can finish up the body till about here, I think, once the tubs are done, because that's pretty much it. Like, I am going to be mounting the bags and stuff in the back, but that should be drilling and this and that. But yeah, again, what I'm basically going to do is just fix what I can, primer and black it, so it'll just be like satin, I think I got matte black. And then once I'm fully done with the car, before it goes off to paint, I will body deaden the hole underneath the car once it's fully done. But I'm just using the black really to give myself a guide so that I know like where I can go to. So at least I know what's finished. So I want to finish up the back, and then we're going to come down the front and yeah, start working on the engine bay, which I'll probably need to rip the motor and box out, and then yeah, we can start finishing up all the front end and that as well. And then yeah, because I feel like I'm putting coilovers in the front, but I won't have to worry about those until we're pretty much ready to go. I don't know whether anyone's done this, but I was thinking about swapping the front end over to a VS, like bottom hub. I'm not sure if that's possible, but yeah, I just don't really like the whole bearing and thing that these have, like the VNs and stuff. Yeah, whether I can swap it over to a VS style strut. Yeah, it was just a thought I had. Because I'm pretty sure these K-frames are the same. Obviously not the actual mount for the thing over, but I'm pretty sure the basis of the K-frame's the same. Yeah, I figure the next couple of weeks I want to just go underneath the floor and get all that sorted out, and then we can move back onto the body. The body, I've got to talk to my painter and see whether he wants me to bare metal everything again, or whether, because it's been sitting, because it sat outside for a little while many years ago, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to have to bare metal the whole car again, or whether I can just work with what's here, because the bits that you can obviously see where there's surface rust, I'm thinking we'll obviously have to sand all those back, but then you know, all the rest of the panels where there's no rust coming through. Hopefully it's fine, but I don't know whether there could be rust forming behind it because it's primer. So yeah, I've got to talk to Zach and see what he says about that. Yeah, I'll start chipping away, but basically I'm not going to get much done, and then I'm going to have to leave, and then I'm back in construction for the next couple of days, so I'll just be doing a little bit after work each night. Yeah, same to you guys in the same video, so yeah, let's get stuck into it. I'm working on the VL. I'm actually fixing a dent that I put in the car, which is, I don't know, I've probably talked about it, but it's one of the main reasons it's not painted, because when I was back living out at my dad's house and had a heap of sheds, I reversed it out of one shed into the next, and I didn't realise Dad had put a 6x4 in there and drove it straight into the trailer, so I smashed in the quarter panel. But yeah, I just put a poll out on Facebook asking people what they thought. Should I start from bare metal on the VL, or will it be okay to leave it as it is and just sand back the bits of light surface rust it has from sitting around? I've had both people say both ways, but yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. So if you guys have an opinion or some actual advice, chuck it in the comments. Even if you just want to let me know what you think, even if you don't know and you just want to let me know what you think, chuck it in the comments. But yeah, I'm still doing fab work, so I don't have to decide just yet. But a big part of me saying, the hard part is I have this factory. I currently lease this factory with a mate of mine, and I'm looking at maybe taking over another one, but like I can barely afford to have what I've got. You know, it costs a lot of money to have these things. But the main reason I'm thinking about the other factory is so that I can have my cars up there away from mess and rain and stuff. So when I get my Rexy back, I'd like to have it stored away. The VL, whenever I'm not working on it, I'd like to have it stored away, and then I might chuck the Landrover up there, or one of my other cars, just so it's out of the way. Yeah, because the Stato's pretty safe in this other shed. It's hard because it's just, you know, it's thousands of dollars extra I've got to make every month, even for my half. But yeah, if I'm going to do a bare metal resto on the VL, I'll basically have no choice, because I was talking to my painter the other day and I'm like, right, so I've basically got two choices. I can lease another factory so that I can do the work myself and film it, which, you know, obviously you guys are going to enjoy watching, or I can just pay him the money and he can do the whole build. But it kind of shits me when YouTubers just start making money and then pay everyone to do the builds and then just pretend like they're building their cars. So yeah, I sort of want to stick to just being authentic and doing the builds myself. But yeah, it's just time and money, you know. I've had this car for so long, and I'm finally in a position I can start working on it. I'd hate for it to take forever. I'd be happy if it takes another 2 years. I'm hoping by the end of this year we can have all the fab work done, all the mock-ups finished, get it into paint, get it painted, and then next year, you know, throughout the year I can just tick away at, because I've got it there, the big dollar. Once I get to the other year, it's not a lot of more work, but there'll be a lot of money to be spent. So yeah, I'm hoping if we can get to the end of this year and get it painted, that's a big chunk of money, and then the next year we can, you know, focus on buying all the little bits and get all the trim done and all that sort of stuff and finish it all up. Yeah, in amongst obviously building all my other cars. So I've got to make sure I don't spread my money too thin. Yeah, let me know what you think. For now, I'm just going to keep plodding away. Hopefully in this video we'll be able to finish up my Landrover, but I'm just waiting to see whether Petters can get the springs in time. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the video, but yeah, please drop a comment, let me know what should I do. Are we going bare metal? Yeah, can we scuff it and paint it? Anyway, back into it. A bit of a spin in the mix, so I went down and bought a heap of stuff from the body shop today. More stuff to keep going on with the VL. Yeah, everyone's saying just strip it back, start again, so I am leaning towards that. It's just more like in the flat panels is not really a big job to strip back, but it's like in all the door jams and all the little nooks and crannies and stuff. But at the end of the day, I think it's just what needs to happen. So I think I'm just going to have to do it. But yeah, I stopped in at Petters on the way back, and it sounds like they should have the second set of springs ready for the Land Rover. Now the springs that are going in the back of this are actually out of the back of a Raptor, so hopefully they should handle the weight. I'm a bit thinking that it's not gonna. I reckon it's probably gonna end up being roughly the same height as it was, but then we can go up the step. I think there's a heavy duty rear spring for the Raptor that we can put in this, so yeah, so if the standard ones don't work, I do have to pull them in, pull them back out again. I'm going away very, very soon, so I'm hoping we can sort this out. But yeah, I'll put the springs in hopefully this afternoon and then get that done. And then I've got a VE GTS getting dropped off that I'm going to be doing some work on. And then Deacon has dropped off his car, the giveaway car that he's doing on his channel. So yeah, we're going to be working on that this afternoon and try and smash that out, because I don't have much time to be giving him to be able to get the car done. So I thought we'll just get into it. He's going to come around and we'll just smash it out. Hopefully get it all done tonight. There's a fair list on it, but if there's a few little things left, he can just do them back at his shed. But I'll just help him do the bulk of the mechanical stuff, especially the bits we need a hoist to do. Alrighty, legends, I was going to end this episode here and then start another one, because I've got a jam-packed day today. We've got this VF in getting some guard rolling on the back, and then we've got another car getting dropped off for some guard rolling on, I think it's another VF. Then we've got a VE GTS out the front that I've got to do the guards on, needs a full package, getting 22s and slamming it on the coilovers. I've got to finish up those bushes, the ones that were on the other episode that we couldn't do, so hopefully get that done. And then I've got to fit the new struts in the Landrover with the Raptor springs and see how I go as far as height. So yeah, this is enough to have in a full episode itself, but unfortunately my dog's not well, and I'm going to have to take him to the vet tomorrow, and I've got a big day today, so I can't go today, which is, yeah, it's making me pretty sad, but I've had to leave him at home and hopefully he's okay. I had to carry him back on the couch this morning because he couldn't walk. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so I've got to take him to the vet in the morning, and I don't know how long that's going to take, and then I've got some family stuff on in the midday. So yeah, I highly doubt I'm going to get an episode out this week, but I'm going to make up for it and do a double episode out during the week or by the end of next week. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. hate to keep smashing you guys with guard rolling, but this car is also getting its guards rolled. But we're going to adjust the coilovers as well. We're going to fit 22s to it. Oh, god damn it, I forgot to get it before the video. Oh, man. Oh, well, we'll see how cool it looks afterwards. Not that you've seen it before. I mean, there might be some of, I think I got some footage of me driving in the shed, I'm not sure. I was going to get a walk around before and after. But anyway, we're putting some 22s on it. I'm going to roll the guards first, get them done. Then we'll put the 22s on it, get it sitting down on the ground again, see what height it sits at. And then, well, yeah, if we need to adjust the coilovers, we will. He wants it sitting pretty low. So we'll see what sort of clearance we have once we get the 22s and stuff on there. And the guards are rolled. And then we're into it. And then there's still more cars that are going to be in this episode. This is going to be a gigantic episode of cars. But yeah, I'm trying to do roughly, the episodes are roughly a week at the shop. Sometimes I don't get many cars in there because I'm working on other stuff or I'm doing content or whatever. But this week I'm working on a bunch of cars. So it's going to be quite a lot of cars in this video. And yeah, and then I've got to try and get it out because I'm going away. So I need to get it out before I go away. Yeah, I'm filthy. You probably can't see, but I have dirt all over me. But anyway, let's get back into it. So, life is always the gift that keeps giving. I was just adjusting his coilovers. Looks like it's going to be really tight with these tyres. They're a 285. 285. It's 285 30 22 tyre. But I think it's more the offset that's getting me because it actually has quite a big clearance between the HSV brakes and the wheels, so they must be quite far set out. I think it's going to work. Probably not going to get it as low as he would have wanted, but it is hard to do that on 22s. It's just about to start adjusting everything down, and then the right-hand wheel just dropped. I went, what the hell? And it looks like the I'll try and get some clips on it on the camera, but it looks like either the nuts come off on the top of the coilover or it's snapped. So either it's not good, but yeah, I'm about to pull the wheel off and pull the coilover out and see what I can figure out. But yeah, wish me luck. So yeah, it's basically just unthreaded itself out of its top mount. So when you adjust the knob or like the clicks on a coilover, when you adjust that little clicker, it just adjusts it. It just pushes this thing down. It basically slides something along the top of that that's got a taper on it, which pushes this in or out. Pretty interesting. But yeah, I can't get the spring nut to move because I'm trying to get these wound down as far as I possibly can before I put them back in. Just to save me mucking around with them in the car, I'll just be able to fine tune them a little bit, but basically want them as low as I can get at the back, and then once we figure out the back height, we will adjust the front down to suit. Yeah, just trying to get it to free up. It's just completely locked up, that nut at the moment, so I've just given it inox, give it another spray, give it a little bit, and we'll try again. Anyway, but now back to work today. Didn't finish here till 2:30 last night, so it was 3:30 the night before, 2:30 last night. That GTS took me way longer than it should have. But yeah, sometimes that's just the way that it pans out. Hard part's charging people for that, because it's like, there's only so much money you can charge to do a job. Yeah, I don't really have hourly rates, I have fixed rates. So I win on some, lose on some, whatever. Anyway, we are doing, I'm not sure why I took on this job, but because it's not something that I usually would do, because it's not a Commodore. I actually have no idea why I'm doing this. But anyway, I'm putting a fan belt and some pulleys on this car. I guess I'm trying to help the kid out. I don't know. I have no idea why I said this. I really only do mechanical work on Commodores and HSVs because I don't know any other car, and I like to specialise in that sort of stuff. Obviously the suspension and suspension upgrades, wheel clearance, I can do on anything because you're working with suspension and metal. But when it comes to doing mechanical parts, yeah, I really only work on Commodores and HSVs. Speaking of which, if you guys watched this far in the video, you obviously like me. So I'll give you a little heads up. Anyone that comes into my shop and gets work done between now and Easter, well, you don't even need to come here, you can buy merch online or in store, gets entries into a $5,000 giveaway. So yeah, I'm giving away $5,000 cash to one person, and yeah, all you got to do is come get some work done at the shop or buy some merch. But anyway, yes, GTS is done. I've locked it in next door. I was going to get some pictures of it, but it's just, yeah, I might roll it out of the shop now and yeah, get some clips of it. It's just raining, but I mean, it's going to get wet when he drives it home anyway. Yeah, and then we'll get stuck into this ute. Anyway, like I said, let's get in on it. Alright, so this is done the belts on it. That was actually a little bit of a tricky little thing to do. Those belts are like all those accessory belts are just snuck in there. Actually, it was a bit of a pain. Not really. I was doing it thinking, this is why I don't work on Fords. Because Fords are great cars. Great cars. Bring them to the shop. I love them. Yep. Anyway, rather specialise in Holden. But, so what we're doing is we've done that. And then I went upstairs and I finished up those bushes I was doing the other day for those AU XR6 Falcon arms. Those have been pressed in, they're all done. And then he had, I think, like a tie rod or something. Some sort of... Anyway, he had some sort of arm. I had to press some bushes in for him. So I've done that. Got to lift this Falcon up. And then I'll chuck the VL back there and we can get stuck into my Landrover. Putting the springs in there, and then hopefully they're going to be right, because... Not that they're a pain to get in and out, but because they got that compression knuckle that the strut slides into, especially this side, it's quite tight. So yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not a pain to get out, but it's just a little bit of a bugger. It's just a little bit of a muck around to swap over. So I'm hoping that the Raptor springs will be good. I've got very low, what am I trying to say? I don't believe that they're going to be right, because you see Raptors with a slab in the back and they're like, the rear suspension on those is not made for carrying weight. So yeah, I kind of think they're not going to be the right springs, which is going to make it difficult, because that means that at the very best I'm going to get these springs, the other set of springs, like the night before I leave. So that's going to make things interesting, because I can't even put any of my stuff back in the car or pack to get ready before that happens, and I want to leave in the morning, and I would get them back that night if I'm lucky. So anyway, let's get back in on. Yep. So I was way wrong. Raptor springs will work in the back on Land Rover almost too well. I nearly need a front lift kit. I think it'll be okay because, like, I know, sorry, once I put it in the back of the stuff that I've put in the back of the car, back in the car, plus all the groceries, and I load up the roof, I think it's going to actually work out pretty well. But it is, yeah, it's a lot higher in the back. Yeah, that's not still on the hoist. That's off. That's the front. And the back. So putting these back in, I noticed the struts were a lot harder to put in because it was like quite pushed out. So I had once I put them in, I was like, maybe these are going to be a lot higher, and they 100% are. The other thing too is that, yeah, once I load up the back of this, load up my roof, then I'm also getting a camper, bought a camper. So towing the camper, that's going to put a little bit more weight on the back as well. So it'll be mainly how it drives. But the good thing is, they're in. So I can now bolt it all back together and take it for a drive and see how it rides. Hopefully it's not, the only thing now is because it's so high, it's under a lot of tension, it might be quite stiff in the back. So we'll have to just see how it's going to handle. But as far as it's being sagged, it's not sagged anymore. Not so much. It's about 150, 200 mil higher than it was beforehand. But that's okay. That's okay. I would have been more upset if we put them in and that was slammed. So I think with the weight that I'll put in the back, and then once I load it up, which you guys will see if you watch my camping channel, yeah, you'll see once I load this thing up how we go and how it travels on the camping trip. But yeah, for now, this is all you guys will see that. I'm just going to finish putting this back together. I won't put any more of this in this video because this is already going to be an intense video. But yeah, if you guys want to find out how this drove and how the new suspension works, be sure to check into my camping channel, and I should have a video in the next couple of weeks once I get back from my trip. Anyway, what else we got? Oh, there's going to be one more car in this video. Nigel's bringing his Torana in tomorrow for me to have a bit of a look over. So yeah, don't head off just yet. We've got a Torana. Nigel's going to bring his Torana in. We'll have a bit of a look over. He reckons it's got some squeaks and stuff in the front end. Yeah, so we'll chuck that on the hoist, and he wants to get that on the channel. So I think regardless, even if I put it on and it's a 2-second fix, I think I'll film it and put it on the channel because it's an amazing car. So it's out of all the cars that I've worked on, including Deacon's VX, the Torana deserves to be on the channel a lot more than that. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you. It's currently Sunday night, so I'm going to spend the rest of the night putting this back together. I think I'll rip the Falcon off the hoist so that I can get my Land Rover out once it's put back together and take it for a drive and yeah, see how it handles. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 1 second when it turns out to be tomorrow afternoon and I'm working on Nigel's car. All right, cool. Alright legends, I'm going to edit that episode here. Stuff going on everywhere, so many cars, but I need to get this episode dialed it, finished in so I can start getting it edited and yeah, get it out for you guys to watch. I've got SK out the front cleaning some cars for me. Yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment, so many things going on. I'm hoping this episode's going to be crazy. This should usually get split up in probably 2 or 3 episodes, just because of the sheer amount of cars, but it was a couple days of work for me, so yeah, I usually put a couple days of work into a video. That's what you guys usually see, so I'm just going to put all of this into the one video. Yeah, maybe I might call it, everyone does a day in the life, I'll put a week in the life. Or something, I don't know. I appreciate you guys watching, and if you need work like this done to your car, hit me up. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.